but I rise once again to discuss the poor performance of Andrew Constance, the Minister for Transport, and in doing so, I remind him of his key performance indicators. The Minister is responsible for running a public transport system on behalf of the taxpayers and citizens of New South Wales. The public transport system should be affordable, efficient and reliable, and it should be administered in the public interest. Those are the Minister's KPIs, and he is failing each and every one. Members would be aware that I am often on my feet in this place talking about the poor performance of the Minister for Transport. It gives me no pleasure, but it must be done. People in the Blue Mountains rely upon our public transport system to get to work every day, to get to school, to get to appointments. We suffer long delays almost as a matter of routine, and we put up with overcrowding and timetabling cuts that seem designed to encourage people to abandon train transport and get back in the car. Every time I speak on these issues, rail staff from within my electorate and beyond reach out to me and provide more and more information and tip-offs about the myriad ways in which the Minister and his department are letting down the commuters of New South Wales. A couple of weeks ago, I received an anonymous bundle of emails, internal memoranda and bulletins that outline the extent of preparations being made to privatise Sydney Trains and New South Wales Trains Link. The New South Wales Liberal government is fattening this pig for market, and it is the staff on the front lines, Madam Speaker, who are being squeezed the hardest to make the organisation look profitable. Frontline staff are being told to meet KPIs for the checking of tickets and the issuing of infringements, or they risk losing their jobs. I have a copy of the internal documents which stipulate that transit officers must achieve a target of 45 tickets checked per hour. They must achieve a set interaction rate, which is some kind of management jargon for issuing fines, and this must be 0.71. When staff meet or exceed these KPIs, they get a pat on the back in the form of a congratulatory email. When they fail to meet these KPIs, first they are named and shamed in a colour-coded email to all of their colleagues, with the underperformers labelled in bright red, and if this doesn't encourage them to raise more revenue for their business, they get sent to a formal counselling session with HR, and presumably a sacking is not far off after that, if they continue to perform poorly. All of these KPIs are set and monitored in the context of what management calls the business plan, the so-called business of public transport. Instead of focusing on passenger safety, Madam Speaker, security and comfort, they are forcing staff to shake down as many passengers as possible per hour, looking for something, anything, to book them for. Instead of focusing on efficient, reliable, quality public service, the government is trying to demonstrate a positive cash flow through the business. This is an absolutely appalling way to operate a public transport network, and it shows the twisted, toxic priorities of the Berejiklian government. I have received a copy of a weekly trend analysis from the Fare Compliance Unit. It says under the KPIs section, the tickets checked rate continues to hold at 40, with the interaction rate, that's penalties issued rate for those of us who are playing at home, the interaction rate dipping slightly and continuing to hold between 0.6 and 0.65. This means that on that particular week, the staff did not issue enough fines and did not meet their KPI of 0.71 for issuing fines, despite checking the right number of tickets. Let me spell this out for you. The result would have meant staff were hassled by management because too many passengers did the right thing that week and paid the correct fare. This is an absurd situation, and one which I think most people would find offensive. So I'm putting the Minister for Transport on notice. Minister, we see what you are doing. We know what your endgame is, and we will fight back. We will fight back against your ideological obsession with privatisation, and we will stand up for the workers on our railway stations who are forced to work under duress, forced to drum up fines from thin air and hustle law-abiding commuters trying to do the right thing.